Alright, welcome back. We're going to talk about the Tower. So, a lot of times in readings, when people, a person who's never had a reading will come to me and they'll be like, oh, I hope I don't get the death card, or oh, I hope I don't get um, the devil card, or something like that. Well, really, those are not the ones you need to watch out for as much as the Tower. The Tower is usually the one that has the negative connotations that people are looking for within the devil and death. This has much more to do with, I mean, quite literally, it has to do with things falling apart. You see, the tower is burning and falling down. The king and queen on their lofty, high tower are falling down. And the crown is being knocked off the top of this tower here. So it's kind of represents the idea of anything that has a weak foundation crumbling down. Now, this is actually for good reasons. It's not just crumbling for no good reason. It has to do with crumbling so that one can rebuild in a stronger fashion. So if you pull this in a reading, it's really pointing towards things falling apart. Whatever the concept you're talking about is, it has to do with that thing falling apart. As far as the deeper, more esoteric kind of spiritual progression type of reading, if you were to, follow through the major arcana and go through all the cards in order and examine them in that way, the Tower is what happens when one gets too sucked in by the devil card, the temptation, the material indulging kind of side that one is always tempted with once they begin to really walk a very focused spiritual path. So then what happens, so you're doing really well, the devil comes along, maybe not actually like in like a philosophical sense as far as like an actual figure of the devil, but the concept of temptation and distraction and indulgence that comes along, knocks you off your path and causes everything to fall apart. Basically everything that was not the foundation that was not strong, just causes everything to come down. But then when we move on to the next card, you see this is where things start to rebuild. So this is not just a completely negative falling apart, but it's a very positive falling apart, clearing away the old to make room for the new. So that's a basic overview of this card. Of course, like all the other cards, you can go on and on for hours about the layers of symbolism here. But this is just a quick overview for if you're trying to do a reading or if you're just trying to gain a little bit more knowledge about the tarot in general. So, I hope you enjoyed that. Join me in the next video. We're going to talk about the Star.